Kureha rose from her bed the next morning while holding her head. She had gotten ridiculously drunk last night and was probably hungover. After the party, Aoi took the paper bag with the doll in it with her back home. Or so she said before handing me a flower badge. I assumed it was a token of her gratitude. You alright? Feel like you're gonna throw up? Your body's hot? That was strange. I doubted she'd still be drunk after how many hours had passed since the party. Maybe you caught a cold or something? You haven't looked like you felt very well for a while now. You're probably fine if you're well enough to argue. Are you going to school today? Go get changed and I'll bring you a glass of water. Kureha nodded and quietly made her way over to the dresser. She looked like she felt better now compared to when she first woke up, and would likely be back to normal after a couple of hours. What? It's not a sunny side up egg, it's a flower badge. Aoi gave it to you to say sorry for not making it yesterday. What's wrong? Whoops, sorry. Kureha didn't reply, but when I turned around, she got mad at me. Still, what was that about a second ago? Can I look now? I can't wait anymore. Accept these feelings. Upon getting Kureha's permission, I turned around with water in hand. And then? Oh. This was the first I'd ever seen of Kureha in her uniform with her hair down. This was quite something. Oh, it's just nice seeing you wear your hair down when you're dressed like that. Nah, it's pretty. Kureha's expression relaxed. She jogged her way over and leaped into my chest. What's wrong, kitten? Want someone to feed you? Nobody who says that is going to get pet. K-meow. Gulp. Got it, I'll do it. I ran my fingers gently through her beautiful honey-colored hair, and Kureha purred adorably in a sugary sweet voice. Kureha was acting unusually clingy today. Her voice was quite mellow, and her cheeks were redder than usual. She really may have caught a cold, but damn did she look sexy. Does it? I think it's pretty ordinary. I've heard that saying too, although my grandpa taught me that men who can fix women's hair up all pretty are sexy. Probably because it'd mean brushing a different woman's hair every morning. No, this is entirely about my grandpa. Other than you, I've only ever brushed Aoi's hair. What's wrong?
なんでもない。
Kureha's mood suddenly turned sour and she hung her head. I guess she was still feeling pretty gloomy about what happened.
なあ、ケイスケ。
Kureha called my name, so I stopped brushing her hair and leaned my face in closer. Ampf?
ほら、暴れるな。キスしづらいだろ。
Kureha. Kureha hugged me without warning, then pressed her lips against mine. Not only that, she assertively entangled her tongue with mine and sucked up my saliva.
ケイニャンの唇おいしい。
Kureha quickly stuck her tongue out like a kitten and this time reached for my crotch.
ケイニャン、ペロペロさせてね。
Hey, don't you think you're being overly aggressive first thing in the morning?
昨日の約束忘れたのか？帰ったらするって言っただろ。
Well, yeah, but... I didn't dislike the idea, but it was essentially an act of amnesty that allowed us this lifestyle. If we didn't go to school like we were supposed to, I couldn't face Kana or Sukuna-san. Besides, Kureha had a fever. She'd probably run out of stamina if we had sex now. Resting was probably the best choice for now.
ねえ、ケイスケ。しよう。させてくれ。お前と触れ合っていないと不安で不安で。
Uneasy?
お前は私のものだ。私だけのお前だ。どこにも行かせない。どこにも行ってほしくない。ずっと隣にいてほしい。ずっと抱きしめてほしい。誰にも渡したくない。
Hey, Kureha? Kureha was staggering, like she'd come down with a pretty horrendous fever. There was no strength behind her arms as she hugged me, and there was a ton of sweat on her brow. I thought so. You're really sick, aren't you? Why don't you stay home from school today?
そんなことはない。私は平気だ。
So you say, but you're wobbling a lot.
おかしいな。さっきまでなんともなかったのに。
Your temperature's gone up too. Take some medicine and we'll go to the hospital. Got it?
すまん。任せる。
With her strength now depleted, Kureha leaned against me and gave a tiny nod. The hospital, huh? Her condition wasn't bad enough to call an ambulance, so we could just take the bus. Oh, I know. Come to think of it, Senpai had given me a map to a hospital previously. She mentioned they would waive the examination fee if we dropped her name, so maybe I should try taking Kureha there. We relied on the map and reached what was apparently an advanced treatment hospital. The reception desk requested a letter of introduction when we arrived. Of course, that was just what it was on the surface. In reality, it was a medical facility under the purveyor of the three great families that treated people who were injured for reasons they could not speak. Once there, we mentioned Senpai's name and showed our student IDs. A doctor immediately came out and examined Kureha. The diagnosis was pyrexia, which was caused by fatigue, and autonomic ataxia. Too many late-nighters and excessive physical activity had apparently caused a hormone imbalance. If we regulated her schedule and created a more relaxing environment, she should recover naturally. Long story short, the best treatment was for her to take medicine and get some rest. I'm glad it was nothing serious. Between school, work, your duties at the Sakagami estate, not to mention nightly sex, it only makes sense you'd be exhausted. From now on, we'll have to have sex on a schedule so you don't overdo it.
そうだな。
What's wrong? You sound awfully down. Oh, you're sick, so that much is obvious.
いや、薬を飲んだおかげで調子は戻ってきた。ただ、病院の空気を吸うとどうにも気がめいってな。心配かけたなら謝る。
No, apologizing really puts me on the spot. Kureha thought hospitals were depressing. It probably reminded Kureha of her mother, who had passed away due to illness.
なあ、お前はいなくならないよな。ずっと私のそばにいてくれるんだよな。
Of course, I'll always be with you.
ならいい。ならいいな。
Kureha nodded a few times and clung to my arm, almost as if to say she wouldn't let me go anywhere. Getting sick had left her emotionally delicate, and going to the hospital likely contributed to that. These were the exact sorts of moments I needed to support Kureha. It was a good opportunity to show off how great of a boyfriend I could be.
なあ、ケイスケ。
I told you, everything will be fine. I'm not going anywhere.
そうじゃなくて、誰かに見られてる気がする。
Her? On that note, I maintained a steady pace and surveyed our surroundings. However, I didn't find anyone suspicious. In fact, there wasn't a soul around. Nobody's there. Sure it's not your imagination?
そんなことはない。確かに見られていたんだ。
Well, you are cute after all.
バカ、そういうんじゃなくて、鋭い視線だった。まるで私を付け狙うかのような。
Who would be after you? Your identity has already been compromised.
いや、だからこそ付け狙ってるのかもしれないぞ。土蜘蛛の残党がまだ残っていて、寝返った私をおとなしく思ってるのかもしれない。何より一番可能性が高いのは坂上家の監視だ。あいつらまだ私を疑ってるのかもしれない。
That's an awful lot of hypotheticals. Besides, do you think Kana would give that sort of order?
しないと信じたい。だがあいつも人の上に立つ人間だ。時には非常な判断を下すこともあるはずだ。違法を守るためだったら平気で人も殺す。それが御三家のやり方だから。
Hey, you don't need to put it that way. Who was it that got help from the three great families exactly? You are taking advantage of their kindness as we speak, and they are even giving you medicine. I won't forgive anyone for speaking poorly of them, even if it's you. Apologize to Kana and Sukuna-san.
どうして
Huh?
どうして私ばかり責めるんだ。お前は私の味方じゃないのか。それなのにどうして。
Kureha? What the? Kureha had been acting funny since earlier. She took a step away and pointed her unfocused eyes my way. I knew she was unwell and emotionally drained, but something felt off. I didn't fully understand it myself, but something told me this was dangerous somehow.
くーちゃんだ
Aoi? Just then, Aoi came running toward us from further up the hill. Aoi ran up in front of us and her shoulders heaved as she caught her breath.
おはよう、くーちゃん。葵。いやー、会えてよかったよ。今からくーちゃんのお部屋に行くところだったんだ。何のために？もちろんお見舞いだよ。急に学校休むって連絡入ったからずっと心配してたんだから。心配？あ、今日の授業で使ったプリントを渡しておくね。それとノートもコピーしておいたから。そうか。
Kureha nodded and took the handouts, but went out of her way to not make direct eye contact with Aoi.
それで体の調子はどうなの？
Based on what the doctor said, it was a fever caused by fatigue. She just needs some sleep.
そっか、よかった。大事にならなくて。でもこれで当分エッチなことできないね、ご愁傷様。
Ah, idiot. If you bring that up now... Aoi and I stared at Kureha at the same time. However, it was like Kureha was there in body but not in spirit. She just stared at the handouts with a spacey look on her face.
くーちゃん、どうしたの？なんだ？何か言ったか？聞いてなかったなら別にいいんだけど。そうか。ならもう話はないな。帰るぞ、ケイスケ。
Hey! Kureha grabbed my arm and tried to drag me off with her. However, I stopped her. Wait a second, you haven't even thanked Aoi yet.
もうそんなのいいよ。お礼を言ってほしくてプリントを持ってきたわけじゃないし、とにかくくーちゃんが元気そうでよかったよ。それだけわかれば私は十分。あ、そうだ、プリントの中にプール開きのお知らせが入ってるから見ておいてね。
Oh, a pool opening? It's that time of the year already, huh?
そうだよ、夏は私の季節。水泳部代表としてクラスのみんなをビシバシ鍛えちゃうんだから。
You're the coach, huh? As long as I'm at it, I'd love to ask Otome-senpai for some one-on-one lessons.
どうせそれ乙女さんのおっぱいが目当てでしょ。そんなにおっぱいが見たいなら私の見せてあげよっか。すくみずあおいちゃん、水泳部で絶賛公開中だよ。
Idiot, it wouldn't be any fun to look at my sister in a swimsuit. If I was going to watch anyone, I'd rather see Kureha in a swimsuit.
ああ、それは私も見てみたいな。くーちゃん、すくみず似合いそうだもんね。そうだな。私はお前と違って幼児体型だからな。子供っぽい水着がよく似合う。え？何が水着を見たいだ。どうせ私を笑い物にしたいだけだろ。少し胸があるからって調子に乗るな。私だって小槌さえあれば。くーちゃん。
Hey, get a hold of yourself! What are you lashing out at Aoi for? I gripped her shoulders and shook her with a bit of force, and Kureha's eyes darted all about like she only just became aware of what was going on.
すまん。おかしなことを言ってたな、今。私の方こそごめんね。デリカシーのないことばっかり言って。いいんだ。お前は悪くない。私がどうかしていた。すまんが、今日は疲れた。帰ってもう寝る。
Got it. In that case, I'll hold your hand until you fall asleep.
ありがとう、ケイスケ。あ、くーちゃん。
Kureha's brief whisper made my and Aoi's breath stop. Just now, I was pretty sure she said, I won't give him to you.
いや、二人は本当にラブラブだな。お邪魔虫はこれにて退散しますかね。
Yeah, see you tomorrow then.
またね。
Aoi waved with a smile and left us. However, as she left, Aoi shot me a knowing glance. I could tell Kureha was acting weird, and that look from Aoi just now proved how worried she was. Hopefully, it was nothing, but I had a bad feeling about this. I'd better investigate. The next day, I headed to school alone. Kureha had woken up earlier that morning with a fever, so I had her stay home and rest to be safe. I didn't like leaving her alone, but I needed to ask Aoi for her advice, and something about the entire situation bugged me to no end.
誰かに見られてる気がするね。
Yeah, but I just think Kureha was just being paranoid. The doctor did say that she would be overly sensitive due to accumulated fatigue.
昨日様子がおかしかったのもそのせいかな。
Most likely, which is why I don't think Kureha meant what she said yesterday.
そうだね。うん、そうだよね。
Aoi continued to listen intently and nodded repeatedly. Anyone would be on pins and needles after hearing what Kureha said yesterday. I won't give him to you, huh? I wonder why she said such a thing. She couldn't be barking up the wrong tree any worse than getting jealous of Aoi too.
お兄ちゃんはこれからどうするの？
I'm going to ask Kana and the others directly and clear up this misunderstanding. That should make Kureha feel a little bit better too.
そうだね。カナさんたちがクーちゃんを疑うような真似するはずないもんね。
Yeah, there's no way they would send someone to monitor her. We were all friends and they had welcomed her with open arms.
浦部圭介
Huh? Aren't you that bully from before?
もうしないから許してくださいってあれあの子は
Kureha wasn't feeling well and took the day off.
なんだよかったなら今日はこの学園も平和ねどういう意味どういう意味もないわよあんたらあの子の保護者でしょちゃんと言い聞かせておきなさいよね
Did she do something?
そりゃあの子をいじめたのは私だし仕返しされても文句は言えないわよでも私の友達にまで手を出すなんて
Wait, what are you talking about? What did she do?
えもしかして知らないのあの子最近ひどいのよ任務だとかなんとか言って風紀委員の真似事をしてるのこの前なんて知り合いの男子が勝手にカバンを調べられた上にゲーム機を壊されたって怒ってたわよ
Isn't that his fault for bringing it to school? But that doesn't mean she can just break it.
それはそうだけどいきなり壊すことないじゃない謝って済む問題でしょ他にもあるのよ買い食いをした子のお菓子を捨てたり隠し持ってた雑誌を目の前で破り捨てたり自業自得なのはわかるけど物には限度があるでしょクレハを本気で怖がってる子だっているんだからそんなとにかく一度注意しておきなさいよねもちろん私からってことは伏せておいてねわかった
Dazai Aiko concluded her speech by turning her back to us and briskly heading for the front entrance.
お兄ちゃん
Yeah, looks like we need to confirm a few things first.